So, good morning, back again for round two. So, in this session this morning, we're going to be talking about the energetics of relationships. And this is so important because relationships have such an impact in our lives, right? We all know when you're having a fight with somebody, you're arguing with somebody, it can impact so much in your life, right? So, really understanding the energetics behind it, hopefully, will just give you a slightly different perspective on things. So, I'm going to ask you a question. Have you ever spent time with somebody and you leave and you feel so inspired, peaceful, full of energy? Somebody at a dinner party, somebody that you meet socially, and you just leave and you feel fantastic, right? And then somewhere else, you spend time with someone and you feel completely exhausted. Nothing physical happened. You didn't run a marathon. You didn't do any exercise. You had a conversation, and yet somehow you feel like your entire energy literally got sucked out of your system, right? Why is that? Many of us have experienced this, but not a lot of people really understand what is actually happening. So that's what we're going to be talking about today is the energetics of relationships and why some people naturally uplift us and others seem to drain us. So let's start with the science first, right? So researchers have shown that human beings constantly influence each other emotionally. We actually have mirror neurons in our brain that help us empathize with others. And even unconsciously, we can mirror facial reactions and facial expressions, body language, and emotional states. So, some of you may have already experienced this. Someone walks into a room and they're smiling and they're happy and they're laughing, and the next minute, you feel that energy, right? The opposite is true as well. Sometimes you walk into a space and somebody's really anxious or they're super irritated or really angry about something. And almost without realizing it, you start feeling really unsettled yourself. Science calls this emotional contagion. Our nervous systems, excuse me, are constantly communicating. So in pranic healing, Master Choa Kok Sui took this a little bit further. And he taught us not only do we influence each other psychologically, but we also interact energetically. Every single one of us has an energy body, right? So we've got a physical body and we have an energy body. This a lot of people either call the aura or your bioplasmic body. And this energy center, this aura, contains the energy centers or the chakras that regulate not even just our physical organs, but our emotional and mental well being. So the state of your chakras actually affects you psychologically and mentally. So whether we're aware of it or not, our aura is constantly interacting with the energy fields of people around us. And interestingly enough, I literally just 2 days ago saw a post on Facebook, and the lady was saying, if you spend an entire day in a fish market, you're going to come home smelling like fish, right? You didn't buy a fish, you didn't handle the fish, but you come back smelling like that, right? You can spend an entire day in a perfume shop and you can come back smelling like perfume. So, how does this happen? Your environment and your aura are constantly interacting at all times. So, whether we're aware of it or not, your aura is interacting with the energy fields of people around us and our environment. So, think about it like this: you walk into a beautiful cathedral, a meditation room, or even just being out in nature, you notice you start to feel different, right? Now compare that to walking into a hospital, walking into an emergency room that's in crisis, or a space where people have just had a heated argument, right? Nobody needs to explain what happens, but you can feel it, right? You walk into a home and somebody's just had an argument. You can feel that there's a vibe, right? That's because you're sensing energy. So, Master Choa Kok Sui, the founder of pranic healing, reminds us that we're far more sensitive than we realize, and our energy system is constantly receiving information about the environment around us. So, let's take this now one step further. Every meaningful relationship that we have creates energy connections, right? So, parents and children, husbands and wives, partners, close friends, teachers and students. So, we call these chords. And a lot of times, people hear the word chord and they immediately think of something negative, right? And that's not always the case. Chords are actually natural, and you can have energetic chords between you and loved ones that allow love, support, compassion, understanding to flow between people. So imagine a mother holding a newborn baby. There's a beautiful energetic connection there. The same is true between two people that really deeply love each other, right? So the problem isn't that the cord exists. The problem is that some of these cords can become filled with anger, with resentment, with control, with guilt, with other things like that, right? So you can also look at like a relationship that you ended many years ago, but you're still thinking of that person. There's an energetic connection still to that person. Or maybe you get a phone call from a family member and that could change your mood for the entire afternoon. Why? From an energy perspective, this relationship, the energy of that may still be active in your energy field. So it's almost like having an electrical appliance that's been plugged in. The energy continues to flow. So sometimes we do have connections where we're giving away our energy without even realizing it. Sometimes we end up absorbing somebody else's emotional pain, and sometimes both could be happening at the same time. So it doesn't mean that we should disconnect from everyone around us, but it does mean we need to disconnect from the draining, unauthorized connections that may exist, right? The love connections, I feel, are completely untouchable. You never want to mess with those ones, but there can be draining and unauthorized connections that need to be dealt with. So in pranic healing teaches us how to create healthier relationships, not fewer relationships, right? So we don't remove the love, we we work on removing the hurt, the pain, the grief, the resentment, right? So when we're interacting with each other, kind of imagine it like we have these filters up, right? So you may have had a past relationship that there was betrayal, and we have these thoughts of betrayal in our system. What that does is when we're interacting with other people, we're seeing it through the lens of betrayal, right? From the other person's perspective, they feel like they might not be getting to know you well. They will say, like, you have a guard up, right? Often we'll use that kind of language, right? So it's important to clear that from the energy system, to clear those filters, to clear those shields that we put up as a protective mechanism, so that when we have relationships, we're connecting with the core of who we are, not all the thoughts and emotions that have built up over time that block our ability to connect with others, right? So one of the things that I really love about this is when you're going into environments where you know there's going to be a stressful energy. Let's say, for example, like going into a hospital, right? The hospitals are not calm and peaceful places, right? One of the tools that we actually learn in pranic healing is energetic shielding. We teach this in pranic psychotherapy. And the energetic shields really create a buffer around you that protects this energy from getting into your system. So one of the things that I love about pranic healing is we really focus a lot on energy hygiene. If you can keep your aura and your chakras clean, that is when you'll experience optimal health. If your aura and your chakras are dirty, the physical body will become unhealthy. And I often give the analogy in class, imagine taking a really healthy goldfish and you put it in a dirty fish tank. What's going to happen? Eventually, the fish is going to get sick. It doesn't matter what you feed it. It doesn't matter how much you care for it. If it's sitting in a dirty fish tank, it's going to get sick. The same thing happens with our bodies. If you put your physical body in a dirty energy body, right, that energy body eventually is going to cause physical disease in the physical body. What science has shown is every single thing that we're experiencing in the physical body always starts as a congested energy in the energy body first, right? So super important. We keep our physical bodies clean, right? We shower every day, we take a bath. How often are you keeping your energy body clean? Right? This is what I love about pranic healing. Literally at the level 1 class, the first thing that we teach you is how to clean your aura and your chakras. And when your aura and your chakras are clean, as I said before, this is when the physical body will respond and become healthy. So it's about strengthening your energy, keeping your energy clean and strong so that whatever's happening around you doesn't have that full impact on you like it would normally. So when your aura is strong, when your chakras are balanced, you're much less likely to absorb emotional stress from people and from situations that are happening around you. So you can still be compassionate, but you don't become overwhelmed by it. You can support others, but you don't become exhausted by it. You can walk through stressful environments and still maintain your peace, right? So a lot of this comes down to keeping your energy body clean, right? Think about it again, in your home, dust accumulates every day, right? So even if nobody's physically making a mess, you still clean your home because you know it creates a healthy environment. Our bodies are no different. So think about it. Every difficult conversation, every stressful meeting, every disappointment, every crowded environment leaves energetic residue. If you never clean that congestion starts to build up in the aura and in the chakras. So this is why we focus on energy hygiene, right? You don't take a shower once and stay clean forever. We should be cleaning our energy body every single day. It's going to keep us healthy. When we regularly cleanse our chakras, strengthen our aura, and release unhealthy energetic attachments, we notice profound changes. We've seen this countless times in our classes. We feel lighter. We sleep better. We become less reactive. Our relationships improve. Our emotional resilience grows. And we begin living from a place of peace rather than constant emotional exhaustion. This is one of the reasons why I really love teaching basic pranic healing. It's not just simply about healing an illness. It's understanding how energy impacts every area of our lives, especially relationships. So in this class, you learn how to feel energy with your hands. We've got very, very, very clear directions on how to scan energy using your hands. You'll learn how the chakras influence your emotions. We teach you very practical techniques to clean your aura, to clean your chakras, to balance them. Some chakras need energy. We teach you how to energize them. And these are tools that you can use for the rest of your life. And all of this is taught in a weekend. So just imagine this, being able to check in energetically and see what's happening in my aura, what's happening in my chakras. being able to identify that, and then having the tools to be able to correct it. Those are tools for life. Energy affects you physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, and in your relationships. Pranic healing has enhanced relationships more than anything I've ever seen. And as I said at the beginning, when your relationships are happy and healthy, the rest of your life tends to go pretty well as well. When people struggle in relationship, it infiltrates every part of your life. Anyway, so hopefully that gives you a little bit of an understanding of how energy and relationships fit together. All right. I'm going to be teaching the Level 1 Basic Pranic Healing class July 24th and 25th. Visit pranichealingtampa.com, or you can DM me and let me know if you have any questions. I'd be happy to set up a discovery call for you. Let me teach you the most incredible system, Level 1 Basic Pranic Healing, as taught to us by Master Cho Koksui, the founder of Pranic Healing. It's a passion of mine. It's a joy of mine to empower people to really heal the root cause of illness in their lives and to improve their relationships. So thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Message me, share some love, and I hope to see you on July 24th. Thank you so much.